Nicole here. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm well. I'm doing good. Um, I wanted to make a video about to offset the last video I made because I was like, man, like it's not useful to, well, is it? I don't know. It's like, I guess okay to vent about problems, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if the solution lies in looking at the problem. I think the solution lies in thinking about the good things, which for some reason is a little bit harder to do for me. So, I wanted to make a video about my favorite things, like things that are worth protecting. So I'm going to talk about my favorite things. My favorite things are this: puppies. I really love dogs. Come here, Toby. Come say hi. Look at Toby. You know, one thing that Toby does is like he'll just come if I'm lying or sitting on the floor and he'll just come and sit on my lap by himself, and I really like that. And also, he looks like a teddy bear. He looks like a teddy bear. Okay, you can hang out there, Toby. And it's really nice to pet him. Velvet dresses. I like velvet dresses and piano recitals. When I was little, I was at a piano recital and I wore a velvet dress to perform, and it was winter time. It was really nice. Um, I think it had sparkles on it. Libraries and good architecture. I really, really like great architecture, especially in third spaces that are accessible to everyone to experience the energy of the building because, everything carries energy. And yeah, like when it's like when the sight lines are like you can see far. Ooh, you know what else I like? Lofts. Um, Old like schools or old factories, small factories that are turned into lofts. I really like that. I like high ceilings and being able to see pretty far while on the inside. Um, Beautiful fields with lots of different wildflowers, hiking. Mm, yeah, like green belt land and going off and hiking and exploring. Maybe even doing a little bouldering outside. Waterfalls, showering in a waterfall. One time I went to this place, Two's Falls, it's called, and it's this really, really, really tall waterfall. And I went underneath it, and you can feel the pressure of the water because it's falling from so high, and it kind of hurts a little bit, but not enough to not do it. And oh, I really like that. Um, what else do I like? Piano. I like theaters. There in Toronto, there's this theater called Winter Garden, the Winter Garden Theater, and it's a double-decker theater, one theater on top of the other. So I think the Winter Garden is the one on top. And when I was a really little girl, I went and saw a play there. I saw The Secret Garden, which is another one of my favorite things. I love The Secret Garden. What a great story. Um, and anyways, this well, the Winter Garden Theater has all these fake plants all completely everywhere, all over the ceilings and balconies, like everywhere. So you can imagine like a little 5-year-old me going to see the Secret Garden in this theater that looks like a garden. It was magical. And magic really does exist. Like there, it was there. Like whoever booked that Secret Garden play in that theater had great taste. They had great taste. They knew what they were doing that day. Um, Walkouts. I love walkouts for houses. Like when your basement walks out into a backyard, that is a really great architectural design. It makes like the space so much more usable. Boulevards. Sorry, I'm going pretty quick here, but boulevards in cities are so great because it gives a place opportunity for vendors and night markets and markets in general. And um, I love when you have space on top of buildings, like if you have a giant mall and you have stairs going up and you can use that space for concerts or markets again. So like rooftop patios, any kind of rooftop thing that's accessible to the public. I love that. I think we need more usable space like that so we can have outdoor concerts and yeah, I really like that. I like art galleries. Ooh, I love a good art gallery. Free museums. I love museums in general. Um, and when I went to visit London, England, I went to the Tate Modern, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful uh, art gallery. And it had some Picasso, and it had all these really famous works, and it was just so spectacular. And it's free. A lot of the museums in London are free. Um, Subways. I like subways. They're a little bit scary, but in a fun kind of way. Although I don't think it's good for you to breathe in the metal particles, like that weird smell you get. I used to work for um, the Toronto Transit Commission, and I'd go into the tunnels and monitor cracks. This was when I was a student engineer, and that was a lot of fun crawling around in those subway tunnels. Well, I didn't literally crawl, but it's kind of scary because they do it like they don't turn off the subway for that. So you have to go through like this intense safety training. Um, and then you're down there with like live, like the electric third third rail, which is how it powers the subway, is on, and if you touch that, you'll die. But anyways, like I like going in the subway tunnels. It reminded me of the Ghost movie with Patrick Swayze, although I don't think they go into subway tunnels in that movie, but it has that 1980s sort of feel. Like energies are worth thinking about. I like thinking about years 70s, that orange carpet. Maybe I don't love the shagginess of carpet in the 70s, but the orange carpet. Oh, at McMaster University in the library, they used to, I think it's still some parts of it, like the older parts still have it, this bright orange carpet. I really like bright orange carpet. I think orange is my favorite color. So orange. Um, Dim sum. I really like dim sum. Uh, I'm just playing with Toby here. He's like, see, Toby. Oh, Toby. Um, Camping. I love camping. Bonfires, fires, campfires. I love campfires. Chimneys with real wood burning fireplaces. I love chimneys. Oh, it's so like Christmas. It's like Christmas. I love chimneys. I have a beautiful exposed brick. I love exposed brick. Ooh, exposed brick is so great on the inside. Tea, good teas. I like tea. I'm feeling a little bit better from COVID. It's the third day that I had symptoms, and I think that tomorrow I'll be working again. Today I took today off again because I'm like I just really want to get better. Um, yeah. Oh, look at this cool pillow. I really love this pillow. Like one side. So one side the eyes are closed. Awake, asleep. Oh no, Toby, that's not a toy. Toby, that's not a toy. It's not a toy. I was using it to prop up so it was more even, the camera. Okay. Ooh, I like really thin laptops as well that are light. Um, Jewelry. I'm not wearing my bracelet. I should have showed you. Well, I am wearing a bracelet. This is a pearl bracelet. Um, I like jewelry. I think that it's fun. It's great to accessorize. Uh, what else do I really, really like? Really good quality food, like fresh vegetables, fresh meat. Mm, I like rooftop patios. I like I like theaters. I'm trying to go over all my memories of like my favorite memories. Jellyfish. One of my earliest memories is me and my father were walking along a beach, and there were what seemed like thousands and thousands of jellyfish had washed up on shore. And he told me to watch where I was walking so I wouldn't step on any of them, but I refused. I was like really, really young, like 3, and I remember just thinking, he'll save me. I don't need to pay attention to this. And then occasionally, when I was about to step on one, he would lift me up so that I wouldn't step on it, because I wouldn't watch for myself. That was that seems to be Toby. So I like jellyfish, and I like that memory. Like early, your very first, if you go back, your very, very, very first memory, that's kind of cool. I like that to think about people's. I like to ask that question. What is your earliest memory? To get people to think back on it. Um, Kindergarten, I like all those teacher posters that they get from those teacher stores of like the ABCs and hardwood floors. I like parkour. Is it parkour? I'm not talking about when people jump over stuff. I'm talking about the flooring where you have the three sheets. It's kind of like Jenga and then three sheets and it's wood. Parkour, parkade. I can't remember what it's called, but I like that. I like, what else do I like? I like walks. I like, I like really good cinematography. Um, like I like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I really like Tim Curry. I really like Tim Curry. Um, I also like Crispin Glover. Definitely celebrity crush those two. Oh, I just really. Ooh. Um, what else do I really like? I like doing things with my hands. When I was little, I really like bugs. I really like worms and bugs and dirt. And when I was little, I'd find worms and I would tie them in knots and watch them untie each other themselves. Like sometimes some worms would be able to untie themselves faster than other worms, and I was like, some worms are smarter than other worms. If untying yourself is a measure of intelligence, which I'm not so sure it is. But yeah, I like worms. Uh, and like they do say that when you're little, you should pay attention to like what you liked to do when you were little because it can give you insight into like what you should be doing with your adult time. I'm like, man, I used to tie worms and knots. That was like the bee's knees. I love that. And I'm like, I guess I should have been a gardener, but that's not what I did. Um, but I also really like playing the piano as well, and I like drawing. Yeah, like abstract. I really like abstract art. I'm really into abstract and geometric shapes. Um, I like what else? Painting. Oh, psychology. I love learning about psychology. I love school. I love when hospitals kind of have like a university campus feel to them, where there's multiple buildings that are all interesting in terms of their architecture, and they kind of come together like in weird angles um, to kind of create like this community feel to it. Um, yeah, I like teddy bear picnics. When I was little, there was at this hospital, this children's hospital in my city, they used to have these what was called teddy bear picnics, where you bring your children and they'd bring a teddy bear and you could like get a cast put on your teddy bear and stuff. Puppet shows. Ooh, I loved puppet shows. I had this puppet show thing that was like really big, and I used to put it down on the ground and it was curved and I would rock back and forth on it, standing on it, and I'd pretend that I was a pirate on a ship. Oh, I miss being a child because I miss having like the free time to just play all the time. Um, I don't know what happened to that. I used to have a pirate ship that I really, really liked as well. Um, that had all these like little compartments in it. It's like really good toys. Um, I like beauty, anything that's beautiful. So photography and trying to capture the beauty that you see. Um, yeah, I think these are like the things that are worth thinking about and focusing on. Like in terms of what's common to all of us, because I guess a lot of these things have to do with like individual preference. But like what's common to all of us is like really good land development. So like boulevards, third spaces, great architecture. I don't know, beauty inspires, and I'm like very inspired by beauty, and I'm like, I just want to capture it all. and record it. Um, yeah, summer camps, summer camps, and provincial parks. Woo! Like there's some provincial parks in northern Ontario where there's so many deer and they're pretty tame and like you get, oh, and like the very first time you know see a firefly, that's kind of magical. Um, what else? And cooking sausages over a fire and singing songs together. I really, really like singing songs with other people. Brings a lot of peace to my heart. I don't know if you can tell that I'm like still sick. Like, does my voice sound like I'm kind of, I can feel it scratchy. It's tiring to talk. Um, yeah. But anyways, I just want to talk about like the things that I like because I was like so negative yesterday. I watched back my video about Elon Musk breaking my heart and oh, I don't really know how like like it is really scary to like think about. See, it is a lot easier for me to go to like the negative, but like it is a lot easier for me to see things and like that I'm scared of, I guess. I watched a lot of scary movies when I was a young child. Like I'm talking like I remember my parents weren't like super into like censoring things, so like I watched a lot of really scary horror movies when I was really young, like 8. And then I stopped sometime in high school. Now I don't really, I mean, scary movies don't really scare me. They just, but like they did at for a time. Anyways, now I'm scared by like big decisions that the government makes, and I don't really know. Like, I think that we should abolish student debt, which clearly would be in my advantage for that to happen. But I'm like kind of worried because I'm like, I mean, if Elon Musk says that we should if Elon Musk says that we should have more children, I think like one barrier to children is a lot of student debt. And I'm like, what if we just forgave all debts, like not just on a personal basis? Well, you can't, right? Because like houses, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't, not in high school and also not in university did I ever take an economics course. So I don't, it just wasn't my jam. Like I wasn't interested. I didn't think it was that interesting. But um, now I'm like, I don't really understand. But like, imagine if like Ontario has a lot of debt in and of itself. Like, imagine if we didn't have to pay principal on that, like just like snap our fingers magically and have that debt disappear. Would somebody, whoever we owe money to, forgive it? And then like, imagine that like it would have impacts on the stocks and like pension funds and it's like a giant web where everything is connected. So it's like when I look at it, I'm like really confused. I don't really understand. Um, I don't really understand like what if we could do that, but like if we could forgive debt, that would be great. Like I was like, can we just ask for forgiveness? I don't know. I don't. How do we even occur? Because like the problem is do we live? Are we spending more than we're making? I don't know. But I was talking to this. Oh, Toby, hello. I don't know. Should I get him fixed? I'm not so sure. He has a lot of energy, but I don't really want to get him fixed because I would just feel like I just feel like it's kind of cruel, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Ah, Toby. Man, he just like comes in. He's like, let me announce myself. Toby, come here, baby boy. Come snuggle. Come snuggle. Do you want to go for a walk? Would you like to go for a walk? Ah, oh yes, that's a walk. You want to go? Oh. I miss Marley still. Uh, yeah, Toby. Hey, baby boy. I like you. He's a cockapoo. I think was his dad the Cocker Spaniel or was his dad the poodle? I think his dad was the poodle and his mom was the Cocker Spaniel. You a Cocker Spaniel? He's very smart. Toby learned how to play fetch with himself um, by throwing his balls down the stairs. And he learned how to open the back door by himself. And yeah, I think he's a smart one. I wonder if he's going to get any bigger. He's 6 months old. So, hello, my little 6-month-old baby. Speaking about babies, because I imagine that, like, I don't know, like, if anyone who knows me watches this, but should I talk about this yet? It's too soon, Nicole. It's too soon. I'm nervous for my future and resources. Um, yeah, but we'll find out. And maybe I have nothing to worry about. But that's the other thing I really love is I love babies. I really love babies. I love them so much. Like newborns, I mean newborns okay, but like a lot of work. I like toddlers. They're the best. Oh, they're so cute. I really miss being a nanny, and I like taking care of children. And somehow, when I abolish my student debt, I think I'm going to somehow either open my own. Like that would be nice, but I don't know how business savvy I actually am. Like, well, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but like I want to just be responsible for taking care of children because I really like childhood development. Early childhood development is so fascinating and it's so iterative. And I really feel like, although this society doesn't seem to value it, I know that my mind and who I am is like definitely geared towards that. And I'm like, I love taking care of children. It's just like I feel like my mind is being used to its highest potential when I'm taking care of children because you have to keep thinking and coming up with solutions on the fly. I love it. Um, I don't see myself being an engineer for the rest of my life. It feels like being an engineer kind of just I optimized everything I could and I still am kind of like I really want to take care of children. I care so much about childhood development. Um, so somehow that's why midwifery was, I don't know. I thought it would work, but it didn't. And I don't know if my passion is actually medicine, although I was pretty good at medicine. But um, I mean, that's like I was good at engineering too. It doesn't mean that I want to do it. I I just really want, like, if I could, I would organize society and design my own society where we value and prioritize childhood development, especially early childhood development. Um, yeah, and we wouldn't waste space on roads as much, and we'd have like self-driving cars that have that just come to your house and like you don't need to own a car, and it would be more like a train, like several cabooses all together, and you just kind of order it and like one would just come pick you up like a bus and then drop you off where you want to go, and it'd all just be done with a computer, so like to optimize the pathway and like minimize the stops so that when you're on it like you get to where you want to go pretty quickly. And actually, I mean, it would be way quicker than what we have now, um, even with all these like picking up people from their houses and crap, because you wouldn't need traffic lights or signals. Like it would really be such an efficient, it'd be like something out of the Jetsons. Like you just see like cars flying all over the place. um and then you just need like giant car lots, like where they get stored when they're being charged up, and then that's it. Like it would be way like no more box stores. Oh, I like malls. I like malls, indoor malls. I think that's worth keeping. I don't really like malls actually, but indoor malls are a lot better than box stores. A lot more chance to like talk to people and hang out and grab a coffee. You can't grab a coffee when you're at a box store. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Ah, he bit me. I just took you for a walk, my baby boy. Oh, you heard some noise. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sorry for. Well, I'm not really sorry. Like, I just like think that it's worth thinking about what is worth protecting. Boulevards. Um, anytime, any event or space that allows for you to meet and not appropriate. I don't know what to do with you. I just took you for a walk and I'm sick and it really tired me out. My baby boy. My baby boy. Toby, I love you. I love you, my baby boy. Okay. Maybe sorry, this one's not super like coherent, but mainly the whole message was like to focus on the positive, think about what's worth protecting and then protect those things. And I guess the best way to protect them is by using them, like making use of these spaces and things that are good. And then like for me doing things that actually make me feel better and not things that make me feel worse. I talked a little bit about PTSD, and I'm thinking about like making something, but I'm no expert on PTSD. Just because I have been diagnosed with it doesn't mean that I'm any kind of expert on it. So I'm like, I don't really want to know if I want to talk about. Well, I can talk about it in terms of like my own experience, which is that like things happened in my life that really scared me, like really, really scared me, and and yeah, I don't know if like that's why I think it's so important to focus on the positive stuff that is in my life and just go in that direction. And hopefully by focusing on it with my mind, that somehow like it'll bring more of that into my three-dimensional reality. How oh god, I'm so emotional, which scares me because I think I'm pregnant. There, I said it. I think I'm pregnant. Um and well, I'll let you know when I know for sure, but a lot of signs are there. I'll know soon enough in a couple days. But pretty emotional lately. Like and anyways, so I'm pretty scared about that. But regardless, wish me luck if you made it this far. Which like, hey, Psycho Sphere. Sorry, I think I got your name wrong. It's really cool that you make videos. And yeah, I don't really know why like what we're doing here, but I think it's a good idea to like get it out. And I do think that there's beauty in sharing like your journey of like your thoughts, even if I just worry like I'm like I don't want to become the villain of my own story, and I definitely don't want my story to end up being tragic or bad for me. Like then there that can happen, you know? Like there are other YouTubers who like you watch them and they kind of like do this slow descent into madness. That is not what I want for myself at all. I don't I want things to improve. Um Yeah. And so like there's a lot of good things. Like I have a roof above my head, although this isn't my house and these are my things. Um, like it's fine to have goals and to like take baby steps every day towards those goals, which I've been doing. And then just to like for the things that don't seem to work out, like housing crisis stuff, like and land development. I mean, maybe that's where my true value is talking about land development because I know about it and I am an engineer. But like, yeah, like them selling off the green belt really breaks my heart. And I don't know, like in the face of like bringing life onto this planet, I'm like, oh no, like I wouldn't want my child to face these problems. So I don't know how to solve them. And some of them maybe can't be solved because there's more to the story. And there's lots of different avenues. And I do want to tell like my whole story just because it's a really good story. Like it's a really, really good story. Um, and it's still happening. But hopefully, like, I mean, if the father of the baby watches these videos, oh my God, now he knows. Although I don't know, so I'm not sure, so you don't need to worry about it. Oh, yeah, this one took like a crazy turn of events, and it's because I'm still sick. Like my mind is not operating peak condition. Like it's hard for me to follow my own thoughts when I'm sick, right? And doing this, like my style of communication is, okay. Like it's hard taking care of Toby, so what am I gonna do? You know? Like really, what am I gonna do? Um, I'll let you know. I'm just gonna have to really pray to God because this is really scary. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, there is a small chance that I'm not. So then I don't need to worry. So maybe I shouldn't have said anything because, like, I don't know for certain. And I really kind of hope that he doesn't watch my videos, but he might. I don't trust him. I'm sorry, MD. I don't really trust you. Uh, so, what can I say? But you know, if you do watch my videos, it makes sense that I don't trust you, so you don't be offended. It's not personal. Um, yeah. But hopefully you don't, or at least you didn't watch this far into the video. Maybe I should just not post this. I don't know. I think I will post it though. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Anyways, everything's gonna work out fine. Trust me. Trust yourself, Nicole. It will work out fine. You're doing great. You matter. You're significant. You have a purpose. You are a brilliant and prolific visual artist and storyteller. And yeah, like I don't know. A first, uh, yeah. So don't worry. It's okay to tell your story. It's not that you're a bad person by telling your story. I don't know why I would think that. Like, why would I think that? It's not like you're asking for anything from anyone. And and yeah, so it's okay to tell your story slowly over time. And yeah, you're a brilliant and prolific visual artist and storyteller. You matter. You're significant. You have a purpose. I love you. Everything, everything's going to be okay because the universe does love you. So everything will work out somehow. Trust the universe. Okay. Peace out, Girl Scout.